Hi, my name is Adolfo Neto. I'm a professor at the Federal University of Technology, Paraná, and today I'm here to talk about Advent of Code again. Let me show it with a light theme. And today is December 7th. This is the problem for today. You had have to calculate how much fuel, which is the best position for. These are the positions for some crabs, and the the crabs have to move to a position, and then you have to calculate how how much time, how much fuel does it take to go to the best position. And these are my answers, but here I'm going to talk about first. Before I go, I'm a member of the Erlang Ecosystem Foundation, supporting the next generation of advanced, reliable, real-time applications. Everyone can join. It's free. So if you like Elixir, Erlang, Glean, other Bing languages, you can join, and you can even support. If you are a company, you can become a sponsor and be listed here. Everyone knows WhatsApp, Cisco, but for instance, I don't know which company is this one. Avassa, enabling organizations to manage distributed applications on the distributed edge. 9FX is a company that functional programming, software engineering, Agile, and I believe they are posting here. Yes, meet the sponsors. The latest meet the sponsors post was about 9FX. Okay, so let's go back. The name of the problem was the treachery of whales, and this is my code. I'm going to leave the link down below, but where there's just this part where I parse the file. It's only that. Let me show you the input file, just a list of integer numbers separated by commas, and the input file where let me see. Yes, here you can see maybe 1000 numbers. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter much, because let me show you something that I thought it was interesting. So my solution is day 7, and let me show what's his name. Danila Fediashchin. Solution is Danila Gamma. So if I run my solution, which I have already compiled here, called main 0, part 1 for both the part 1 and 2 for the small input from description. It's fast, but you saw that part 2 took a long time. On the other hand, Danila Gamma's solution run immediately. Same results, so both are correct, but mine is not efficient. Why? It's probably because here I'm doing it brute force. For every position, you see the first, where's the first one for fuel? Yes, for part 1, to calculate the fuel needed for every position, I just subtract the position from the point which I'm looking at. It's easy. I get the absolute value, because a crab can be to the left or to the right of one point. But for the second one, I created a fuel consumption function that first it inverts the position. If the position 1 is larger than position 2, then it calls another fuel consumption function that has two counters, the one total with the total distance that a crab has to move. And I'm incrementing this counter because for the first move, the crab uses 1 unit of fuel. For the second move, 2 units of fuel. The third move, 3 units of fuel. And that's how I thought about the solution. It worked, but you saw it was not that fast. So I haven't studied this code much here. I changed it a little bit, but not the important part. You see how easy it was for Danila, I believe it's how it's pronounced, Danila, to solve it. So you see, solution of part 1 is he just calls, I believe it's a he, I'm not sure, but just calls run with the function and the data. And the function is only fun x is x. Easy. For the second part, he calls the same function run, but now instead of this identity function, he uses a fuel function, which does fuel of x is x times 1 plus x. So I have added this command here, export also. Now I have access here to, let me just move it a little bit up here. So I'm going to call Danila Gama's fuel of 0 is 0, 1 is 1, 2 is 3, 4, no, 3 is 6, 4 is 10. So that means that if you move 1 position, it's 1. If you move 2 positions, it's 1 plus 2. 3 positions, 1 plus 2 plus 3. 4 positions, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So very easy, right? And he just used a math expression to do that, different from my solution, which uses recursivity and so on. So that was very easy. So the other part of his code is like you have to get the minimum and maximum amount, the minimum and maximum position of the crabs in a line. You just use a list sec. You know what list sec does, right? List sec, if you call it with 0 and 10, it returns a list with numbers between 0 and 10. If you use 5 and 10, 5 to 10. So here you have a list with all the positions where the crabs are. And for each of these positions, you call, you call you get the absolute value of the distance between a point. Where does, this D comes from the data. Yes, that's interesting because here Danila is using 2 list comprehensions. The first list comprehensions goes through all the numbers in the data, and this one just goes through the data. So this one just considers the points where there are crabs. And for each one of these, he uses the fuel function. So for the first example, the part 1, it just gets the absolute value of D minus N, like I did. And for the second part, it uses the fuel function. So let me try to refactor my code. Let me open. No, I have to open the file, which is here. So instead of doing this, first I'm going to do this. I'm going to comment this fuel consumption function. I'm going to call this new function fuel consumption. And where I have here is position and X. Position and position, let me call this position 1, position 2, and I'm going to say that X equals to ABS of position 1 minus position 2. Let me see if I understood it correctly. Fuel consumption. What's the problem here? Undefined. Oh, it's an N here. Okay. It seems to be working now. Let me compile my module again. Oh, I typed it wrong. Position 2, position 1. And let me run again my code. Fast and right. So instead of doing everything here, the Danila had a much better idea using this function and solved the problem. Why it's, yes, I believe my Visual Studio Code is having some problems here. So, oops, it's here now. So I didn't change Danila Gama's code right now. I changed my code. I'm going to wait until I can format my code. Okay. I can close this and I can say git add.url. No. Git commit -m, changed my code using Danila. I forgot. Yes, let me just show you that we have a site called Erlang Forums, and every day they are posting. There is a post about, don't read everything, don't read other people's code, don't go here until you have finished yours, or if you want some tip regarding the solution. There is also a private leaderboard, but this is useless. And here is Danila Gama's code, which I have told you, it's Danila Fediashchin. Using Danila Fediashchin's fuel function and git push origin main. So that's it. My code, the link to my code is here. And also I have a copy of Danila's code here. So thank you, Danila. Thank you, everyone. I believe that's it. and see you. I have done the other days, because I have videos for day 1, 2, 3, but videos, my code for days 3, 4, and 5 is here también, but here too, but I don't have time to do a video about them. Let me take a look. Yes, the day 6 was tough because I was thinking that the solution was more difficult than it really was. So it took me some time to get that it was just, the idea was just to update a map. But I left here also my first solution, which is deeply inefficient for this problem. So it solves part 2, but it doesn't solve part 1. No, sorry, it solves part 1, but doesn't solve part 2. And day 5, I don't remember day 5 anymore, but in day 4, let me take a look at day 5. I remember. Yes, here I also posted Danila Gama's code, or Danila Fediashchin code. And here, yes, yes, it was a very lazy solution. Here in, I believe for this day, there is a much better, one of these days has, yes, I believe it was for this. This is day 4. Here is my solution. Oh, it's taking a long time. And here is Fredbear's solution. No, it's not that one. Fredbear also is posting on this forum, so his solutions are usually very beautiful. This one is not as beautiful as the one from, I believe, from the other day, but it's because it's a different problem. So I don't remember. Yeah, this was for bingo. Find bingo number. And yes, my solution is very, very long, but it includes many tests, which after a few days I tried, I quit. I'm just writing the code that does the job. I'm not writing tests for all functions. It takes me a long time. So that's it. If you like this and you want to see more of Advent of Code, take a look here and subscribe to Erlang forums. See you later. Bye.